I'm in both businesses. I'm in the game business. I've been in the game business for 15 years. We've been developing interactive multimedia entertainment. And I'm a storyteller, and I make movies. One is not going to wipe out the other. They will coexist. People will always want to have a story told to them. And they will like to play games where you don't know the outcome and where you have some control over the outcome. I think there'll be movies and there'll be games. And the games will look like movies.
If you played video games in the 1990s, you probably played a LucasArts adventure game. Competing with Sierra Online, they had a hugely popular series of games from Monkey Island to Dare the Tentacle that became synonymous with the LucasArts name. At the beginning of the decade though, amongst many other titles they were publishing at the time, they had a game developed by ATD, simply called Nightshift. Released in Europe by US Gold, it was available for MS-DOS, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, Amiga, Atari ST and the ZX Spectrum. It's the ZX Spectrum version that we are looking at today. To quote the back of the box art, "Master the world's strangest machine built by those wacky wizards and industrial might and logic." See what they did there? Crank out action figures from Star Wars, Indiana Jones and your favourite LucasFilm games. Sounds pretty good. It was a full-price title that was mostly enjoyed by magazines as well. Crash magazine gave it a 96% score and remarked, "Nightshift is totally original and totally brilliant. After playing endless shoot beat puzzle em-ups, this is like a breath of fresh air. Ah! The cute cartoon style graphics of the Lucasfilm characters are excellent and the factory machinery is detailed and as well coloured as can be expected. The complexity of the Nightshift factory may have you slightly flummoxed on your first few goes. You can spend ages just looking for one tiny loose screw or go mad when your doll comes out the wrong colour. But it's all part of the fun. It's incredibly rewarding when things go right, and getting them wrong can be a great laugh, e.g. a woman's head on a bloke's body. The best advice I can give you is to get out your pennies, go down to your local software emporium and get a copy before they're all sold out." Jonathan from Your Sinclair says, "Have you ever been in the position where you really haven't got a clue what's going on, not even the faintest inkling? Like when you wake up halfway through an episode of Twin Peaks, or you're in the middle of making a packet mix cake and you realise you've thrown away the instructions? If not, then your first game of Nightshift will come as quite a revelation. It's just like that, only worse, 100 times worse." The instructions supplied with the cassette also give some tips, but initially I just looked at the controls and basics. There does seem to be quite a lot to this game, so let's load it up and give it a go. So, Fred or Fiona, I'm going to pick Fiona I think. A bit different I think. She looks quite good. Okay, let's get on with it. It looks like there's some sort of code you can put in to skip levels, which is nice. Okay, so I've got to build 5 stormtroopers. Not sure what those purple things are on the bottom of the screen. Look rather dubious. Okay, so I know I've got to get on this bike. So I'll just get on that, okay. And then I also know that the flashing lights above indicate how much charge the factory's got or something. Something like that. I'll sit on here for a minute. See the lights going crazy now. Happy days. I'll jump off. Alright, I'll go this way. Jump up here. Oh, there's a conveyor belt. Switch here. I wonder if I can do anything with that. Oh yeah, it changes that Jacob's ladder thing to the other way. Not sure if that matters on this first level. Okay, still got to keep climbing up. So I'm looking for like a puff of smoke or something coming out of the machine up high, I think. Oh God, I'm so bad. And that alarm sound. Can you hear that alarm sound? That's just... I mean, I get that they have to have some sort of sound to tell you that the machine's broken, but... Holy fuck, that's annoying. Okay, let's get up here. There's the moulds for the Stormtrooper. Might need them in a minute. Oh, there's a spanner. Do I need that? Have I already got one? I think I already have one. Okay, so there's the top of the machine there. Okay, and you see where that smoke's coming out of that pipe? That's what I've got to fix, I think. So if I go over to that and then I go to the tool menu, press my tool key and then change it from the hand to the spanner, I think. It's not working. Hang on. Why is it not working? Here we go. Right, okay, so now... Right, so then choose the spanner. And then I press down. And there, the machine's working. But I'm still getting an alarm sound. And look at my candle. I'm nearly dead. So, why am I still getting an alarm sound? What have I missed? So is it the conveyor belts round the wrong way, or what's going on? Do I need more power maybe? Do I need to generate more power on my bike? I can't pick the moulds up. Yeah, no, I can't move them. I think they stay there. I've sped up the last few minutes of me playing this level because quite frankly it's just me trying to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to stop this alarm from going off and failing miserably. As you can see, my candle's burning out and I'm just trying different things randomly in the hope that I can find what I'm looking for, but to no avail. Failed, 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 failed. Okay, so this is where I go back to Jonathan because he is spot on. The game looks great, the premise is great, but on first playthrough I had no clue what was going on. I reread the instructions, I looked at the tips for shift 1, I went again, but I got the same result. I couldn't find the plug. So I admit it, I watched a walkthrough and I finally found the plug. I actually started to make some mini stormtroopers. So skip forward to the last part of the shift and you can see I'm back on my bike and stormtroopers are coming out aplenty. I even got a bonus because I did more than the original quota. There's my 5 and there's some more. Look at that, all the right colour as well. I've no idea how I fluked that. Lots of red ones. Any miss? No, some blue ones. I think I did pretty well. Look at that. 100%. And there's the code for the next level, which is quite good, so you can skip straight to it next time round. So is it worth playing now? What is interesting at this point is to see some gameplay footage from the MS-DOS version. Here you can clearly see the objectives, and I think that's a price you pay for picking to play this game on the Spectrum. The limitations of the hardware make it difficult to reproduce the clarity in better versions, but I do think the developers could have made more of an effort to make the fixed points more visible. I think Your Sinclair had their ratings spot on. It's a great little game that sucks to begin with, but once you get going, there'll be no stopping you. Definitely one to chuck in your emulator of choice. Until the next one, bye for now.